Welcome to Tactical Reviews, and in this video we're going to look at the Silky Outback, not their full range, but we've got the new NATA, the Outback version of the NATA, not new to Silky's line, but in this case it has a new finish on the blade. Alongside with this we've got the Big Boy saw and the Pocket Boy. So the video is going to be concentrating on the NATA. So new to the Silky Outback range, the Silky NATA Outback Edition. So just a quick overall look at this. So the sheath has two metal edges, so that's going to give you much longer life and prevent the blade from cutting its way out of that plastic sheath. And on this, let's zoom in a touch. So at this point we're taking a closer look at the retaining strap, the belt loop, and the fact that that's removable. So this is rubber, and so is the belt loop. So pretty tough, flexible and easy on the user. And this then will unclip. Now, having unclipped it, there is no retention, so I'm not 100% sure what the benefits of that are, apart from replacing this if you've broken it. Perhaps Silky have another attachment system that I don't know about, but that's the retention strap on the sheath, and as I said, metal edges to protect that, and we've got drainage holes. So coming back out now to take an overall look at the Outback NATA. So this particular example is already used, so it's not completely fresh. But what you can see here is the black oxide coating on the blade. So these are not a stainless steel, and this coating will help prevent rust and also just provide some extra wear resistance. You can see with the shaping of this blade. And there are some NATA with a chisel grind, but here we have the double edge grind. I do prefer that personally, in terms of the fact that the blade will react in a more predictable way, because in effect everything is lined up with the spine. So it has this slight angled shaping on just one side. And there's an interesting feature where the rubber handle is removable. So this rubber handle is, you can take it off quite simply, just peeling the grip off. And you can see it's a kind of jigsaw pattern that it locks into. So if you damage the grip, or you just want to take it off for maintenance, clean the tang up, that peels off nice and easily, and refitting. To make sure you hook that front piece under first, and then work your way back. And again, hook that front piece in and squeeze the grip back together. So for cleaning, maintenance or replacement if required. So in the technical testing part, this is what I normally do with a knife. Silky described the NATA as chops like an axe, cuts like a knife. So I'm going to take this through the normal set of technical measurements for a knife, and we'll see this particular example as a used one. This came from EWA 2023. So you'll see when we look close up there are some marks on the blade, and the sharpness testing I don't expect to be great, but let's see how we go. So first of all, we have the weight with sheath, and it's 955.8 grams, so we're best part of a kilo. So overall length is 44.2 centimeters. The width of the sheath is widest at this point. And we've got 89.9 millimeters, and thickness is 42.3 millimeters. So we're going to do the weight of just the NATA. So I just have to find the right point where it's sitting on the scales and not touching anything else. Okay, so 724.85 grams. Overall length not in the sheath is 43 centimeters, and blade length is specified as 240. So if I take the normal measurement back to the handle, it's actually 25.3 centimeters. So handle thickness, .3, and handle depth, I'm not going to include the hook there, just the main part of the handle, and we have 36.6. Going to see if I can capture the balance point. So that's actually swinging, balancing just there all by itself, and that is 20.9 centimeters from the blade tip. Blade thickness, .5 millimeters. So we have what looks like a flat grind, so that is flat grind, but it's a saber grind, so we've got only the last part. Grind length. So what I'm going to do here is say I'm looking at the deepest part of the blade, and grind length is 19 millimeters, and at the same position the blade depth is 49.5 millimeters. So we're now going to measure this angle here. Bearing in mind this is a chopping tool, so expect this to be quite wide. And this is 15 degrees and 40 minutes. 15 degrees, 40 minutes. Now, if I can fit it into my laser edge bevel protractor and measure just fits through. And what we have is the cutting edge, so it's perfectly symmetrical, and we have 30 degrees per side, so that's a 60-degree edge bevel, and the primary bevel measurement from before is confirmed as that showing up nicely. Point angle here, this is a square end, so this is going to be 90 degrees, I would say. But let's have a look. It actually is 89 degrees. Thickness behind the edge. Again, this is a sort of a knife measurement. Wouldn't normally do this on a chopping tool, but let's go for it. And that's 1 millimeter, or 1.03. So we do have a rake. So take that alignment with the handle and that is a rake of 18 degrees. And now the sharpness measurement. So this is quite heavily used, this section of the blade. The black coating has actually come off the edge bevel here, and we've seen that it's a 60-degree inclusive angle, and it's a chopping tool, so don't necessarily expect the readings here to be much to write home about, but let's see. I'm going to need to move this around to fit it in. So, centre measurement, and this is where it's most heavily used. .608. And we measure for the heel. So this part would be more or less untouched, despite the fact it's used. 423. So that's more what I'd expect the whole blade to be new. And just do the final measurement of the tip. There is some visible damage here, so I'm not quite sure exactly what was done to this while it was at the show, but I'll try and avoid the most visible damage. And that's 443, so roughly equivalent to the heel measurement. So that is the detailed technical measurements for the Silky NATA. Thank you for joining me, and remember, get informed, be prepared, stay sharp.